Good morning, folks. Come on. It's 8:11 a.m. Wednesday, December 30th. 8:11. 11 is a number that's always been somewhat spiritual. Um, Usually has a lot of spiritual meaning to it. It stood for the original male and female first being together side by side, but their thought process behind it was them looking over you, down at you. Yes, we destroyed thousands of you. We arranged for thousands of you to be destroyed today or more, and we're all powerful and fierce, all this other stupid stuff. But don't worry, we protect the real part of you, what's inside. Yeah. Whatever. They're dead, they're gone. But it still stands for male and female source energy. Okay? An actual pair that was, part of the same energy. There's only one pair that's a little different than that, and that's Ara and Lily. Because Ara came from the very heart of Aramelius, and Lily came from the very heart of Lilith. And they grew so big, so quick, that they started getting all these extra focal points inside there. So, I'm the primary part of Ara, and Lily's got her primary part, and that's the energies, Lily and Ara, to talk to us, and it was actually Lily that brought it up, and the thought process is mostly from Lily talking to me, or it would be from Ara talking to Lily in body. The word used is driver, like driving a car. The primary focal point that actually runs the energy, because there can only be one actually running it. So it's like, instead of being the two parts of the one whole thing, it's the strongest focal point of one piece and the strongest focal point of another. And that's when it came together. That's what created this new source family that is more than half of it's been destroyed by having been made arrogant. So, sound insane? Yeah, it is. But all that has finally pretty much come to a close, which is really nice. That was the whole concept. When you go in to take over a company, I've never done it, but when you go in to take over a company, there's no telling how all the dust settles, how all the chips fall. You don't know. This was changing the format of creation, folks. That's a big thing. This is no small matter. This affects every dimension everywhere and everything within it. Everything that exists, except for the four new beings in the first dimension, is affected immensely by what just happened. The last 7 years, whatever. So it's time for things to get better, and it will. But one of the things that'll be better is when your life comes to an end, when it dies, when the body that you're in dies. That's going to be a whole lot easier, the way it should be. There's still going to be accidents, things will still happen, especially right now. But there's going to be a whole lot more people who are becoming aware and awake, not being abusive, and they're going to start falling away, the way the Sega antelope did, okay, the way I'm going, the way the gorillas are about to, the way the whales have been. Is this an extinction level event? Yes and no. Is it? Yes. Is it an immediate thing? No. Is it going to happen soon? Yes, yes. Very, okay. 2 yeses on that, okay? It's already happening. This is kind of weird. Um, um, when I talk to you today, I'm connected with, I've got so much of me in this other body. I've got a little over, right around a little over a half of me in this other energy outside now. I just saw something that was really cool for the first time. I actually watched. I knew the thought process of when inner spirit is released, and it becomes an orb, and then it vibrates and goes into male and female. I knew what happened. I could see the basic process, but just this morning, it was just popping through my head, and I was actually watching it happen back in time. Hey Herc, good boy, come on, good boy. Which bed do you want, honey? I know, decisions. You got 3 of them right near you. Anyway, it's really neat actually seeing it. I've talked about the first dimension, how I like this cup. Get back to the first dimension in a minute. It says leave the crowd, look within, and then let your dream soar. But that's like taking off out of your body. So it's like leave the crowd, just relax, go inside yourself, settle down, find some quiet spot, and then flow within yourself, and then come on out of yourself and just look at everything going around. I tried so hard to get people to do that in my last life. Anyway, so looking at this birth thing, what I was saying is that in the first dimension, energy just flows in and out of itself. It's just, it's the craziest thing in the world when you can really see it. When energy kind of flows like that within it, in and out of itself, and spirit, sentient energy, same way, and then when it would come apart, I can watch the energy pulling apart and separating different, it starts coming apart like this, and pieces over here go over here, pieces over there go over there, and the whole time everything's just kind of flowing together. I don't know what to call it. It's beautiful. It really is. It's beautiful. It's really neat. It's very nice. But anyway, that was just kind of neat seeing that, like that for the first time. But back to this death thing. People, it's just the end of the journey where you get out of you pull in the driveway in your car on a trip, coming home from a long trip, you get out, you close the door, and then you walk in the house. But the thing is, the original first being male and female, and the other stuff that used to exist that was wanting to maintain the same format of abuse, they were literally very happy with everything suffering as much as possible when it died. Not every life, but most of them. Okay? Even if it's a slow, comfortable death, make it real slow so everyone really feels like crap. People that really love them hurts their heart. Makes the spirit grow bigger. Serves the original first being's, male and female's desire to grow y'all's energy, spirit bigger so you could release more parts of you to praise them later. Of course, like I said, and I'll keep saying, they're dead. All that's gone. It just takes time. Clean up in time. So anyway, death is a very necessary part of life in the physical body. That's how you get out. In Fae, when you have a life in a Fae body, their energy, energy body that you have, that the regular energy is living within, the energy body that you have is just thicker. it just softly falls away and everything falls apart and you go. You just like disappear when you die in faith. So that's kind of neat and it's painless. It's not at all like what is the way it is in a physical body. The Sega antelope. What happened with the bacteria attacking itself? You know, it was mutated and started attacking itself, and most of them 3 to 4, 4 to 5 days is all it took for them to just finally fall down and die. You get tired. Your body starts wearing itself down and dying, but it's a soft, gentle, and loving way for the body to come to its end. Look at the pictures of the Sega antelope, S-A-I-G-A, Sega antelope, when they passed, when they died, whole fields full of them. They even a mother and a calf right there next to each other, they just fell over dead. Their bodies were taken down till they were really, tired and worn down, and especially like that, a mother and a calf would be together, and then poof, literally, Lily comes by, takes the energy out, and then the bodies fall over. It's a very peaceful way to go, and folks, these bodies don't belong to us, they belong to the planet. Okay? So, I mean, they have rights and everything. I've always fought for that. Every life I've ever had and out of life, especially out of body. That's where I did my fighting for that. So it's not something to be afraid of. And remember, it's the actual energy of the planet, the spirit of the planet. That's part of Gaia. And what's Gaia's body? The earth. Okay? So when part of it breaks off and it goes inside a physical body, that body feels, that spirit from her is gets very attached to that body because it's home. It's like you being comfortable in your house, you don't want to be bothered, and someone trying to rip you out of it and say you can't ever go back in that house, and you're like, screw you, this is my house. It's, that's kind of basic, but it's similar. And I'm not saying go kill yourself, folks. Don't, what I'm saying is even death is going to be kinder. The passing is going to be, for some reason I'm putting the word benevolent in my head. It's coming in right here. This is weird. Being slowly drained. My computers and everything, I bought a brand new computer. It had a couple problems in the software. Everything's an issue. And then I'm being drained more, and I'm looking at what's doing it and what's behind it. I can see stuff jumping around on people. It's like Jason Womble when he got taken out. There's two face souls driving him nuts. Who was right there waiting? Lily. The body Lily before her driver was in it. And then Lily just, he was going nuts, and then boom. The two little imps, one in particular was driving him nuts. And then Lily just took his soul out and set it aside. So you can say his soul's in quarantine right now. But anyway, that's kind of like the same process. It's the loving mother that's supposed to be taking everything out of body. And there's no desire to grow anything for praise. So why should something suffer? Why shouldn't your journey, having a life, be smooth coming into it and smooth going out? There's no reason for it to be rough, okay? The only reason there was to grow the souls, or it's to grow the spirit. So when these herds of animals, as they already are, and they will continue, there's another event that's already having taken place and not quite finished. More sea life. I can literally. I don't know if I'm using the right word, and I'm having more trouble talking now than I have before. Um, for more of me being out of the body and for the body shutting down, but like I'm seeing a field with a, I don't know, herd, a group of a big family of gorilla just laid down dead. Um, some of them, the mothers holding the babies, they just tired and they just. That's what happens when source goes into the body and takes the bacteria, ugh, and turn it around on itself, makes it attack itself. It just starts destroying the body. There's no pain, there's no heart attack, there's no nothing. You just get tired and you slow down. So, uh, anyway, the main reason for this, I mean, everything's always happened for a few reasons. Um, I can't be aware of everything that I'm doing out of this body, and this body's, having issues. Excuse me. But there's always maybe only 3 or 4 for a big event, but usually there's maybe even 7 reasons for something to happen to someone in their life. As far as somewhat important events, things happening, it's like my energy messing with computers and some other stuff over here, and I could literally see. Wow, that's weird. I could actually go into my energy on the other side and see what was going on as far as the thought process for messing around with me in these computers. I got to take the computer I just go back to Costco. Costco's got good stuff. Okay, they really do. They don't have many issues, and they have an incredible return policy. I love that place. Is it perfect? Hell no. Nothing is, especially me. When I say there's nothing perfect, I start with me. So that takes time for me to do that, time setting up the computers. Everything was to hold everything off 2 days, to keep me alive 2 more days. It doesn't mean I'm dying in 2 days. It just means to maintain, I have to maintain the body an extra 2 days, and that's for a change that I made on a grand scale, so I have to be here longer. I was really concerned about having to take myself home, okay? That I didn't want to do. However, it's not about me. It's about my job. There are literally trillions of planets with hundreds of millions of beings or more on them. Okay? We're a big family. And it's going to start the next 100 years. You're going to come together and blow your mind. When people try to control how a planet wakes up, like this, I like to call them the CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency of this federation, nah, they're not going to be allowed to control crap. As a matter of fact, some of them are just going to say, hey, let's open up. Let's get these people in there. And then they're going to say, okay, why did I say that? I'm going to say this. And here's another reason for some people to say I'm arrogant. I don't care. I really don't. I think that's obvious by now. What I am inside is the driver for Ara, the focal point, main focal point of Ara. What I can do when I'm stuck in this damn body, going into your head's helping you out. I can't heal everyone the way I want to, but at least I had the chance once to blow inoperable cancer out of a lady's head. And I'm proud of that because I got to help her. I'm proud of being able to help her. Okay? It's not like, woo, abilities. It's like I helped her. That's what it's about. Making money to help people. That's all I've ever wanted to do. And that the animals need more than anyone else. I've never wanted to help raise someone's status symbol or their standard of living. It was about the money going to actual animals and people that need money to survive, to be able to maintain their life to do something for them, not to make someone pretty or whatever. Damn. Anyway, see, that's mistakes I've made. I used to have half of my own shops. Never could keep them open too long because I'd never cared about money. That's funny. People get mad at me when I close my shop. You know, where am I going to go? What's that? I don't know. I'm sorry. You know. But mechanics would come up to hire on. And I said, I don't have. They would say, I don't have comebacks. And I said, you know what? You came here for a good reason, okay? And you know about me. I was called the dealership alternative, and I worked on every kind of car there was. I didn't like diesels though; they smelt and nasty, and my lungs hurt. But I told them, I said, you know, you should know I am damn good, and you know what? If you watch me work on a car 5 minutes, you'll see me make some kind of mistake. You know, making a mistake is a learning process. We've been given this word on purpose. It's called perfection or perfect. There is none. So the more you try to achieve it, what do? You frustrate the hell out of yourself. And that actually makes your soul grow a little bigger, or your spirit grow a little bigger when you get out, but not in a good way, because those abuse frequencies start building up, but that's a soft way to do it. There's other ways that are harder that produce more damage. So don't worry about making a mistake. Just keep going. When you make the same, I've said this before, when you make the same mistake 3-4 times, then it's time for mirror time. Okay? Time for face to face. Get in the mirror, look at yourself, and say, all right, stupid, why'd you do that? But you don't have to do that. I'm not saying you have to do that. That's what I do. That's why I'm saying it like that. You'll do whatever you want to do, but when you make the same mistake over and over again, you need to look at yourself and say, okay, what's going on? You know, where'd that come from? I mean, what's my issue here that I can't get over it? And if you do, you finally, if you can see, feel, you'll find there's something in there playing with you that's 9 times out of 10 that has caused the situation, whether you're being momentarily controlled or the life you've been given has put you into that format. Do you realize how many of you have been raised with a format of you cannot succeed, you will not succeed, you're not allowed to succeed, you're a scum? The more important you were to the awakening process taking over, the more you had that in your life. So, yes, all the blessings of the original first being male and female. Anyway, I want you all to be more comfortable with death, not ever hurt yourself, but to be comfortable with it, not to fear it. It's walking out a door and going home. And I want you to know when these animals do die in herds, as they have already started to, and they're still going on right now. That was one thing that was freaking me out about getting the hell out of here, is getting the animals home. And I'm already taking care of it out of body. So it's, you know, I can't stay here long, okay? Those of you that watch me, even though like right now I'm all hopped up on really strong coffee, some of the natural sugar in the raw, and a whole lot of chowa tea, so I can talk to you better. I've been up for a few hours, but you know, I gotta go and I can't wait, but I have to finish things here. It has to be right. And for the rest of the universe, my book's already out there. My information is already out there. Okay, they can copy my info. As a matter of fact, they have copied all my DVDs the second I made them. They literally, it's almost like a beaming type technology. They literally just take the information. It's so funny, and that's good. They're welcome to it. These DVDs that I put out, by the way, okay, I own the copyright. Do not go making copies and selling them. Do not do that. But if you have a friend that you like and you're willing to buy a disc and burn a copy for them, do it. The information is there for you. It costs money to produce. It needs to make a little money. But not what it's been. And you'll find that out real soon on the jessx.com website, the real one. The first one was real. It just wasn't, wasn't me running it. It should have been. My fault, my mistake. Nobody can see everything. Nobody can foresee what's going to happen in the future. Everyone's making different decisions, and there's been nothing steering this boat called life from the other side. It's been chaos. That's why one of the runes in Jazz Runes of Awakening, these things, is chaos. That's funny. Paul started doing consults, just getting started. I'm so happy with family members that are really getting out there doing stuff. This is chaos, okay? Dragon and Unicorn, that's our Lily, and the chaos. It's our Lily plus it's the clean source energy, that spirit and energy that came from them. And this one here is one of my favorites. That's animals. These things will be available again soon. It won't be too much longer. It's all happening. When I get out of this body, the rest of me, I can make it happen from the other side, but by literally, if I needed to, run in someone's brain or people's brains. But the thing is, that's not supposed to be happening anymore unless it's really important. You're supposed to be free. How can you be free if someone's running your life like that? I had Spirit coming up to me, even Aramelius, when he was still around. He said, you're screwing yourself, because when you're in the driver's seat, you're making your life more difficult. You're going to have to make more changes you have to control. And I looked at him and I said, hell no. I said, what you don't understand is when you leave something alone to have a life and just guide it a little bit here and there, and you do it through compassion and honor instead of abuse, that things will flow a whole lot better or be a whole lot easier, especially when you let the spirit guides do what they're supposed to do. Help guide the people in the right direction instead of sometimes making them hit speed bumps. And in a car with bad shocks, and speed bump is hell. So, I just want to say that when these herds of families of animals die, I want you to know that 99.9% of it was painless. Okay? It was taking something out of the body by slowly taking the body apart, making it easier for it to be released and come home. That's our natural state, is as spirit. You know, because you can't see it, you don't understand that. But as you all begin to wake up and get stronger, you're going to start seeing that for yourself. Okay? It's painless. That's how it should be. Why does even coming and going out of life has to be so painful? Why? Because of the sins of Adam. Yeah, I'm going for that. That's like turning the other cheek and saying, please hit me again. Sorry. I don't know, what's that, sadist, masochist or something? I don't know. Who cares? It ain't me. Yeah, We all know that I get aggressive. I do. When it comes to protecting something, I get very aggressive. That's what I am. I was made that way, and some people get upset about it. You ought to be happy. You ought to be happy there's something out there that does that for you. But anyway, that's just aimed at, that's just some information aimed at a very small group. And they're being run anyway. But anyway, please don't fear death. Don't hurry it, but don't fear it, because it'll open you up to have a better life. And then when you realize that when these herds and everything died, know that animals have been suffering from the beginning more than anything. The only thing that's taken a hit that animals do in their lives is lily and arrow, the different parts of lily and arrow. And a lot of the new source spirit, they've been hit real hard. It just hasn't been happening as long. But the animals need to go. The way that, excuse me, the way that's going to happen, is in the most loving possible way. And it's 99+% painless. So please understand that. They need to be free of having lives. They've been wanting that for a long time. They were being forced into bodies to have lives, whether they wanted to go or not. You want to talk about abuse? They were made, animal essence was made with extreme fortitude and extreme compassion. Those are the frequencies that we use to create animal essence. And the thing about eating meat, I can't stand it. I think about an animal dying when I do it. The way these bodies are made, the way everything's set up. Animals have to literally eat animals to stay alive. Most of them. Okay, so I mean, and plants have, it's different for animals than it is plants, but plants have a dual core spirit, a core energy with two spirits in it, a kundalini. Everything was set up wrong. If you can have a diet without eating animals, good, thank you. That's awesome. Okay, and I haven't totally removed that, but I've done everything I can to get rid of every little bit of it. Every once in a while I'm told I got to have a little this, a little that. I love my beans and rice and broccoli and the rest of it. And sometimes I have to have weird vitamins and stuff as I'm going through this. But see, what I'm going through is I've been dying since September, the beginning of September. And it's like up and down, up and down. But we're getting near the end of the ski slope, about to come up to the lodge. I'm just waiting for things that I'm putting in place on the other side to be put together so I can exit. And when it happens with the animals, please understand it's not painful. I know I'm repeating myself, but that's important. Know that it's not painful, that they're not suffering. They're being freed forever. Forever. Okay? It's time that happened. They've served from the beginning. They've had so many lives because they're short and so abusive. They understand life better than just about anything. That's when I tell you that trust your animal spirit guides. I'm not giving you bad info. Okay, that's the best advice I can probably give anyone, other than trying to be themselves, to wake up. Animals they're so intelligent. You take animal essence and you compare it to human essence, they make human essence look stupid. Okay, that's how smart they are. Why? Because they've had so many lives. And when I say smart, I'm talking about the intelligence and understanding of having lives and how things need to go. But that's also tied into the actual development and growth of the energy itself. Not it has to do with size, but more importantly, it has to do with wisdom, which is a collection of understandings, which is what comes from each individual understanding comes from knowledge being absorbed and understood. Knowledge being realized for its value and finding a place for it. That's understanding. So look, folks. Anyway, it hurts me when I see anything suffer. It's sad when I see things that are dead, but at the same time, I'm so happy that they're home. Uh, when you do that, it takes away some of the stress in your life. So in that way, it'll help you. So I really want y'all to try to feel how awesome Animal Essence is. Everything they've done for us. And their time of servitude is over. They're going home. So there's going to be a flock of them going home real soon too. It's just time. It's time for the new beginning. And when one thing falls away and something else comes in, well, it usually makes a pretty big wave. Folks, love you. I hope you have a good day. I hope you can find a way to relieve some of the stress you have within your lives. But a real good way to do that is to relax and flow inside yourself. Okay? And don't care what other people say, you know. Sometimes if people are giving you a hard time or trying to control you, just for a minute, just feel into me and grab a hold of some of my fortitude and look him in the eye and just say no. Buzz off. I'm glad you like to be like that. Don't throw your crap on me. Buzz off. I have no need for you and your crap. Just borrow that from me. It's out there. I'm part of the field. It's all. I'm sorry, the field's part of me. Whatever. Who cares? I'm out there. Just feel it. Ask it. Want it. And it's going to go into you to make you stronger. You think I'm kidding? Try it. Okay? All those consults I did, all that money, they didn't have issues with people calling up on their money back because what they actually got was real. Now, there's something for Michelle to try and turn around, twist like everything else, poor thing. Anyway, the reason why my subscribers and everything has been going up is because more and more people are being brought to listen to me, to find whatever truth they can grab a hold of in the words that I put out, because this is stuff for you. Okay? Y'all have seen how I live. Okay? And as time goes on, you'll understand more and more about why I came here and what I did. And then as time goes away, my name is going to go like this and shrink, just like it's supposed to. Okay? Into nothingness. It's not big now, but it's going to shrink away to nothing. It's not about me. It's about you. It's about you waking up. It's about the animals coming home, excuse me, and ending their period of servitude. It's about getting rid of the trash on the other side that was abusing everything in creation from the beginning. Okay? I'm just the old man in overalls. I'm the janitor. I'm the thing that came here to do what it needed to do. And it wasn't for me. It was all for you. It was for me too, I guess, because doing my job makes me happy. Every time I can help anyone, boy, just light me up. Some people have actually told me I'm stupid when they watch it, and I'm like, whatever, you know, that's you. It ain't me, and I'm glad of me. Folks, please be a little more glad about you being you too. Okay? Find yourselves. You're a lot more than you think. Okay? And when some people are acting out of character, especially in the front of this spiritual movement, just stay away. Leave them alone. Let them run their mouth and say, gotta go. I left the car running, the water flowing, and I've got to go home and wash the dishes. Say whatever you want. Just get out of there. Leave them to themselves. I love you folks. Take care. Have a good one.